What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Happy Sunday, Resurrection Sunday. This is my first time seeing you today. Y'all, I've been live all day long, but welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in, come on in, come on in. We are here for the season premiere of The Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 17, episode 1. I am going to reserve my opinion on this episode till I get to the end because I don't want to get sidetracked with this is what I thought, this is what I thought. I'm just going to go through it, and I definitely had some thoughts, though. Y'all can put it in the chat, though. What did y'all rate this for a season premiere? What do y'all rate this? A 1 to 10? Y'all rate this for on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, 1 being the worst. Y'all put it in the chat, and then I'll let y'all know. Like I said, I'm going to go through this episode, and then I'm going to let y'all know where I stand. Okay. See a 6, 7, 8. Okay, all right. So y'all thought it was a pretty good premiere. 8, 8. Okay, all right. A 6. Okay, I don't see anything lower than a 6 so far. Okay. 7.5. Okay, all right. Okay, all right. So looks okay. The lowest I'm seeing is a 6. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Okay, so we're gonna get into it. We start this episode off. Y'all know it give us a little bit of a flash with the kids. Kelly's taking her daughter to college. We saw Phaedra talking to her son, who was getting so handsome and so grown, honey. Baby, we remember when she was pregnant with that baby, okay? With her pickle photo shoot, maternity photo shoot. We see Angela and Charles. Let me tell y'all something. For this episode, Angela is still my favorite. I love Angela and Charles. And it looks like Charles is being a little nicer this season. Maybe not putting her on so far so good. Not putting her on Front Street too much. And I loved it. I thought it was really cute. Her cooking on that grill, knowing good and damn well Charles is the cook in that house, okay? But he even said her burger was pretty good. I think last season Charles would have said something else. I think he would have been a lot more of a butthole about it, but it was cute. And they even talked about what he said in the podcast about when he said that he had to be drugged to go, get married. What I love though is she said, listen, I'm not clearing up nothing else this season. I ain't clearing up. She said, y'all want to say Charles wear do-rag to bed. Yup. If y'all want to say Charles wear sponge rollers to bed, he sure does. She said, I ain't clearing up no rumors this season about Charles. And honestly, I think that's a good attitude to have because you already know that they felt like that was your Achilles heel last year, was coming for Charles. Oh, he was married. Oh, y'all children. He already had a child out of it. Like, that's where they got their biggest storyline off of you last year. So I think that is smart. That you said I'm not here to clear nothing up. If that's what y'all think, then oh well, that's what y'all think. You know what I'm saying? We saw both of our newbies being introduced. So K Michelle is coming in through Porsha. And so we see Porsha go to meet K Michelle. She's having a photo shoot. We know K Michelle is doing country music now. And her and Porsha sat down to talk. And again, I like the fact that they addressed K Michelle's history in Atlanta as far as, reality stars and stuff like that. And she said, listen, I haven't had a good track record with women in Atlanta. They tried to run me out of town. My so-called friends dated my ex-husband. My ex-boyfriend. They told me that the man didn't abuse me. And she said all of these things that happened. So, she said, then they tried to blackball me up out the city. She said, so I don't have a good track record. Now, the only thing I do find interesting is that when Porsha brought up Drew's name, K Michelle seemed to have already had already seemed to feel some kind of way about Drew. But then when she met Drew later on, it was almost like they were meeting each other and for the first time, they didn't have no smoke. So I was a little confused about that. Just a little bit. I was a little confused about that, Miss K Michelle. But I'm sure we know that Drew and K Michelle were going at it on social media. So I'm sure we're going to get deeper into it as the season goes on. We're going to definitely get deep into it. Probably filmed out of sequence, I guess. I don't know, but it did seem, But again, I'm sure we're gonna get into it. K Michelle also let us know that she got married, which of course we found that out through social media. See, this is what I'm saying. Y'all give us too much on social media before the show, because I think that would have been a moment had that information not come out prior to the show dropping. I think all of us right now will be gagged that K Michelle is married and married the dentist that she been dating off and on since the 9th grade, who we met for the first time on marriage boot camp. She said that's why she went on. She said when she went on the Queen's Court, they were on a break, and it was basically her way of saying, listen, other men want me. I can find another man. Yeah, that's why you went on a reality show to find one. But okay, girl. Okay. I just feel like, and again, I get it that being married may not be something you could have hidden or you want to hide. But I just feel like that would have been a moment had the first time we heard about K Michelle being married had been on this show. I just think it would have been a moment. Yeah, that's who she was on marriage boot camp with. Because they were trying for twins. Yeah. Well, I know she was trying to have a baby, but I think she was just trying to have again, they've been together off and on, so they probably were trying to have a baby when they were in a good spot. You know what I'm saying? You think he was on her reality? He may have been, because again, they've known each other. And I don't remember, I didn't watch K Michelle's reality show. So I wasn't watching Love and Hip Hop when she was on there. And I didn't watch her reality show, so I don't really know a lot about that. Right, Koala said that's why when the show is coming up or getting ready to come up, I don't read anything about it. So, Porsha lets us know that she is having an event at her home, the home that she won. This is what I don't like. Now, so far I've told y'all all the things I like. I'm gonna tell you one thing I don't like, and y'all know Porsha get on my nerves. Y'all know I'm not a Porsha stan or anything like that. But can we not? I hope this is the one and done episode that we're gonna clown Porsha about this house, and I'm gonna tell you why. Divorces happen all the time, and women, somebody got to get the marital home, right? Somebody. Oh, he was on Love and Hip Hop too. Okay, somebody got to get the marital home. I mean, some cases they sell the house and split the proceeds or whatever. But in a lot of cases, somebody stays in the house. And I just think her divorce is final. The prenup says she can get the house. She got the house. Can we not spend the whole season making jokes about Porsha entertaining people in the house that Simon built? Like, can we not do that? Because we're not going to sit here and act like, again, I get it. It's a show. It's popular. Like, I get it. But can we not spend the entire season talking about Porsha in this house and the men and her doing things in this house? It's her house. She has been living in that house for damn near probably close to 3 years at this point without Simon. We know it's been over 2 years without Simon. I don't know. And again, y'all know I'm not even a Porsha stan. But I'm just like, can we not do that? Oh, and Monique, I'm sorry. Thank you for becoming a member. I put it up on the screen and then I forgot to say something. Thank you for becoming a member. Thank you, my love. I like her as an artist, but I'm not excited to see her on Real Housewives of Atlanta. We're gonna see what it do. I feel like stuff will be a surprise if they tell them not to put it on social media. Like, again, and I know that there's a sacrifice in it because you're living your real life and life goes on, and they film these shows so far in advance that it's kind of like, well, damn, am I not supposed to talk about what's going on in my real life? But I think some stuff, I don't know. I just feel like we just need to keep some stuff for the show. Girl, we just got here. Let's make fun of the house. Shut up, Busy. Hey, Busy Boo. Morgan, I'm gonna come back to that. Miss Morgan. Me and you might be together on that one. So And again, I get the jokes but can we made the jokes? Can we move on? Next we see, so Porsha's having this event and everybody's supposed to bring their significant other. And what I realized, and I'll wait till we get to that part, but what I realized when we got to the party is that not only do we not have housewives on this show for the most part, we didn't even got people with legitimate boyfriends and boyfriends. Well, and girlfriends, you know. Like all these renter dates, but we're gonna get to that when we get to the dinner. Porsha couldn't even remember the damn name of her own party. Clearly, a party planner came up with that title, and you just rolling with it, baby. Porsha she didn't even remember it, child. Oh, the house is bad as hell. Let's be clear. I'm not saying Porsha shouldn't be proud to be filming in that house. Hell, she fought hard for that house. She did some strange things with some change for that house. But I'm just saying, we're not going to act like Porsha is the first woman to get a divorce, keep the house in the divorce, and entertain other men. You know what I'm saying? Next we see Shamia and Kelly. I'm not feeling the Shamia Kelly friendship. I'm not. Something about it ain't sitting right in my spirit. I didn't like all the digs. Like, again, Shamia and Porsha have been friends. Whatever people feel like about their friendship, they have been friends for a very long time. What Shamia and Porsha have going on, good, bad, or indifferent, is between Shamia and Porsha. I just felt like I didn't like it. I'm gonna just be honest with y'all. I wasn't feeling it. I just wasn't feeling it. And I feel like Kelly was doing a lot. Kelly was doing too much. Congratulations to her daughter being at Spelman. Congratulations to Shamia. Said that she's starting her own rum company over in Grenada. I'm here for it. Y'all know I'm here for all of that. Can I tell you the other thing I wasn't feeling? And y'all gonna say, oh my gosh, really, B, you are such a stick in the mud. And I am. Let me tell you what my friend, and according to Shamia, that's her best friend, her BFF. Let me tell you what my friend better not do. My friend better not bring alcohol to my underage child. When they were making those baskets, I guess they were making baskets for all of the people they knew that were going to college, that were freshmen in college or whatever. And the condoms, I'm on the fence about the condoms because, I'm on the fence about the condoms. The pregnancy test, no. Don't bring my child a pregnancy test. She can go to the infirmary. If she out there doing some things, I'm not going to act like shit didn't happen in college. I had plenty of friends that had to go down to the nurse and get a pregnancy test. We used to go down to the nurse and get condoms. Like I listen, don't bring my underage child alcohol, talking about that's what we learn how to drink, and don't act like your child ain't doing it. It don't matter what my child is doing. Don't you bring my child no alcohol. Don't you bring my child no condoms. Don't you bring my child no damn pregnancy test. I'm sorry. Call me what you want, but don't do it. And we would definitely, it would have been a conversation. Again, the condoms, let me do that. If I feel like I need to give my daughter condoms, let me handle that. And if you're going to do it, don't do it in front of me. If you're going to do it, don't do it in front of me. Slide it to her like you're going to slide her some money and you're going to do it on the back end. Don't do it in front of me and be like, here, girl, like you want to be the cool aunt, great. Be the cool aunt. But don't do it in front of me. Like, again, I know that y'all be like, oh my gosh, really, B, it's not a big deal. Well, that's fine, but don't do it in front of me. And clearly, Shamia knows that Kelly don't have a problem with it. Because, Kelly sort of laughed it off or whatever. But I feel like A part of me feel like Kelly low-key was, this stupid. A part of me feel like Kelly low-key was upset about it. Because she kind of made a comment, but she let it go. But low-key, I think Kelly was kind of like the what? But anyway, I'm done with it. I said my piece on that. So then Shamia lets us know how the conversation, her last conversation with Porsha went. She said, Porsha did invite me to the party, but I'm kind of shocked. Like, I don't know. Did she mean to invite me? And Porsha was like, listen, I thought it would be tacky for me not to invite her to this situation. Basically, it's a group setting. It's a group filming, and I gotta invite her. That's really what it boiled down to, Chad. I think Kelly was annoyed. I do feel like Kelly was annoyed, but I guess she was like, I ain't gonna make a big deal about this on camera. But she definitely looked like she felt some kind of way. I've seen too many freshmen and sophomores with big bellies. Give them all the condoms and birth control and implants that they need. No, not my child. Give them to your child. But you don't give them to my child. Again, that's how I feel about it, and moving right along. And let me say this too, and I've said this, I've said this, and I will continue to say this. If you're grown enough to have sex, you're grown enough to walk your ass into the CVS and buy your own fucking condoms. How about that? If you too embarrassed to buy condoms, you need to be too embarrassed to be having sex. Now, I know that that's not real. I know people are going to be like, oh, come on, that's crazy to say that. But I'm sorry. If you're not grown enough or mature enough to walk into a damn CVS and buy them condoms, hell, you can get condoms from the damn 7-Eleven at this point. And a condom ain't never stopped nobody from getting pregnant. If they still out here being reckless and immature. I know plenty of people who had a drawer full of condoms and still popped up pregnant. So anyway, moving right along. Again, for some people it may not bother them. For me, it would have, and there's that. Okay. Right. You can order them on Amazon nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Right. You can get the Plan Bs too. Okay. Walk into Planned Parenthood. Listen, and y'all know I went to an all-girls Methodist college. We could go down to the infirmary, and the nurse kept them in a jar outside. We didn't even have to walk inside of the infirmary. We could have went into the building, the health building. We didn't have to talk to nobody to get condoms. And if we did actually go inside and ask for condoms, they would give us a bag of condoms. And not only did they give us regular condoms, they gave us female condoms. They gave us colors, lubricated, non-lubricated. Like, they gave us a variety pack. You hear what I'm telling you? But if you didn't want to go inside and ask, they kept a jar right out so you could just take some out the jar and go about your business. But anyway, moving right along. Right, see, go to there, give them away for free. Anyway, move right along. So, Shamia let us know that the last time her and Porsha actually had a conversation, it wasn't a good one. It was very contentious, and they basically cussed each other out. Shamia said that when she went and watched the reunion back, she heard some things that she didn't hear in real time, and so she went back to Porsha and asked Porsha, girl, what did you mean by that? And basically they got to arguing, and that was pretty much the last time they talked to each other. Okay. I mean, I think they're going to be forced to have conversations because they're on this show together. But I think that's a wrap. I think this conversation is a wrap. I think it's a wrap. The dinner is an all black affair. Porsha is decorating the house. She got all the stops. She got the valet parking out front. She's got the decorate. I mean, it looks nice. It looks like a beautifully decorated party. Porsha paid her party planner well. Okay. The table is set. She's got a violinist, all kinds of stuff, honey. She got all kinds of stuff, It was an all black affair, but clearly K. Michelle says she ain't see it on the invitation, even though they showed us on the invitation. So K. Michelle is here. Listen. I've missed stuff on invitations before too, child. I have missed stuff. Plus, Kay said, she said, baby, we unpacking. We in boxes right now, okay? Here's where we start getting into the Renegades situation. So first of all, we have the corniest award of the night goes to Drew Sidora. Drew, why you got that man on your phone that you told us you wasn't dating last year? You argued you wasn't dating. You yelled it from the rooftops. You told anybody who would listen that you wasn't dating that man. Why is he on your phone for FaceTime the entire night? The entire night. Like, Cynthia called the man for him to say hi to the ladies and got off the phone. We know Cynthia got a man. You told, girl, you swore up and down last year that you were not dating that man. Now, I'm not mad at you for lying about dating him because you are going through a whole divorce. And Ralph, we know Ralph is a petty mother. Shut your mouth. So I'm not mad that you lied about whether you were dating this man or not. But what I'm saying is, after you went through the theatrics of telling us you were not dating that man, I feel like, in my opinion, you need to give him a better rollout than that. That was corny as hell, Drew. You really had that man on a FaceTime call for, do you know how long they filmed these scenes? If we see it for 30 minutes, they were there for 4 hours. From beginning to end. You see, it was light when they started. It was dark when they left. Like, how long was that man on the phone? Then we got Phaedra showing up with her runner date. I mean, listen, either they really dating or Porsha just keeps him on retainer and just, I got an event, I need you to take me. Because he been around for a minute. I give you that, Porsha. This man been around for a minute. Do I really believe that Porsha is dating this man? I don't. I honestly just don't believe Porsha is really dating this man. Do y'all think she really dating this man? 3 hours? Okay, that's about right. Then, who else we had a runner date? Porsha date is a runner date. Ain't that man from Ready to Love? Wasn't that man on Ready to Love? Did I say Porsha? Well, both of them really. I don't believe Porsha dating that man, and I don't believe Phaedra dating that man, but I meant Phaedra. Y'all. I'm sorry. I meant Phaedra and that guy she been dating since she went on they had the situation over on Married to Medicine. I'm sorry. I meant Phaedra. So we got Phaedra and her runner date questionable. Porsha and her runner date, because I do not believe the two of them was together. When they asked that man, how did you and Porsha meet? And he said Jesus introduced, what did he say, through Jesus? I knew then, because first of all, he had to hesitate to come up with that. So you had to hesitate to come up, and the best thing you could come up with was through Jesus. And then later on in the night, when they asked y'all how long has it been since y'all had sex, and you talking about some 9 months. And then they asked you, when did y'all meet? And y'all met during the pandemic. Ma'am, you were married during the pandemic. Wasn't she married during the pandemic? So when Simon told us you was sleeping around and you was slipping and sliding in the streets, I guess he was telling the truth, huh? I guess he was telling the truth. He does those skits. And then Kelly showed up. Now, I wish they had given us some clips to tell us where this man is from. But basically, the minute Kelly walked in with her date, everybody was like, oh, she with Trey. Oh, Trey for the streets. Oh, Trey dated everybody. So everybody was just going through their Rolodex, finding somebody to bring to this party. I mean, that's what we was doing. So Kelly had a rent a date. Drew had a date on the phone. Cynthia had a half a date on the phone. Porsha had a rent a date. Did I already say Phaedra? I feel like I already said Phaedra. So half the cast had a fake date. So Angela, Pinky, and K. Michelle are the only three that showed up with a husband. A real date. And then Shamia's husband got rerouted. The pandemic story isn't that weird if she's in a relationship because she also got with a married man during that pandemic. Y'all can't be true. Listen. I mean, anyway, Baby Gerald was never coming. Absolutely. Now, I will say this to Shamia. First of all, let me say a couple of things about Miss Shamia. Number one, Shamia, the work you got done looks very nice. I saw that booty as soon as they showed you. I saw that booty. And then, of course, we saw the breast. Listen, I'm not mad at you, okay? Do what you do, girl. Make yourself do the things that you need to do to make yourself feel good. I'm not mad at you, okay? And it looks good. Okay, it looks good. That's number one. Number two, Shamia, you are still getting it wrong. What the fuck was your hair doing? Who told you to get a mullet? Let me tell you something. A mullet is never the right answer. In my opinion. A mullet is never the right answer. I don't know what the fuck that was that you had on your head, ma'am. Shamia just be doing anything. I feel like Shamia likes. I almost feel like she's doing it on purpose so that people will like laugh so she can pretend like she ain't doing it on purpose. If that makes any sense. Anyway. Pinky Cole shows up. Now, Shamia, I am going to say this. I understand that Porsha had to invite you because it was for a it was a group scene they were filming. I understand she had to invite you. But let's go along with the illusion. Let's go along with the play that Porsha invited you to this dinner because she was just extending the invitation. Girl, you should have been on time. Now, I feel like you low-key did it on purpose since Porsha was late to your event last season when you had the first event of the season for your birthday party. I feel like it was some low-key get back, if I'm being honest. I feel like you did it on purpose and you was low-key on some get back. But there's absolutely no reason in the world why you should have been that late to the party. Pinky, I wanted to like you and I don't think I do. I really, really, really wanted to like Pinky Cole. I did. I didn't. Pinky Cole, she showed up giving us all of her accolades and all of the things that she's done and all this multi-million-dollar business that she built. And I guess because we all know what her current situation is, it's kind of underwhelming that you gave us your resume. It's a little underwhelming. I don't know. But let me tell you where else I was underwhelmed. I was also underwhelmed when, like, at the party, I felt like, now, This how I feel. When you're new to a group, I think you need to, again, I think you need to get the lay of the land. When you're new to a group, just kind of figure out what's going on. You at the table and you all in the conversations and you all like, ooh, and okay, oh my gosh, oh, okay. Like, girl, shh, shh, shh. I just, so we get to the dinner, everybody sit down. Now that Shamia and Pinky have arrived, we're all sitting down, and Porsha wants to play a couple of games. She thanks everybody for coming. She actually gave she was actually very, I'm gonna give Porsha credit. She was actually very gracious to Shamia, even though Shamia was late. She didn't make no comment. She didn't say nothing nasty. She actually was very nice in her confessional. I'm gonna give her credit for that too. She didn't throw no digs. She didn't throw no low blows. She was very nice about Shamia in her confessional. Now I know that ain't gonna last, but for this first episode, she was very nice. I'm gonna give her credit for that. She gave Shamia a hug, thanked her for coming. Very nice. And so when Charles Oakley said SWV, it was talking about K Michelle, Drew Sidor, and Shamia talking about some SWV, and K Michelle was like, "Don't do that, don't do that." And K Michelle said Charles is an asshole, but I could deal with assholes, right? Like I was here for that, like I could deal with assholes, you know what I mean? Okay, I could deal with that. I could deal with that. Porsha absolutely understands reality TV. Excuse me, y'all. I'm sorry. Porsha absolutely gets it. She absolutely understands reality TV. Absolutely, she does. So, so they play a couple of games. It was cute. It was fun. It was light. And then she had the guys. I fast forwarded through that whole let's get married scene. So I don't know what happened. I fast forwarded because I was like, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this with Porsha and this fake date and Kelly up here with this fake or K Michelle, whoever. So I don't know if anything happened. I fast forwarded. So then the ladies got separated. The ladies went over to have a conversation while the men went outside to smoke cigars. I loved that. I loved how Porsha. I thought this was a cute setup for the party. I loved how Porsha had the guys go outside. She had something for them to do. They could go outside and they could smoke the cigars while the ladies sort of, sat down to talk. Yeah, Charles was definitely having a good time, right? So, I'm sorry. Before we get to that, there was this weird exchange with Drew Sidor and Shamia. Drew, and I know, see, the Drew fans are going to be like, why y'all always got to say something about Drew? Why y'all always got to come for Drew? Why does Drew always have to do dumb shit? Because why are you talking about Shamia? Is Gerald coming? No, where's Gerald? Shamia was like, where's your date? Oh, is Gerald traveling too? Shamia was like, yes, he is. And it fell flat. It just fell flat because what was your whole purpose? Girl, we ain't never seen Gerald. I'm with Angela. We saw Gerald at one event last year. What other event did we see Gerald at last year? Did Gerald even come to the reunion? I don't even remember Gerald coming to the reunion. Did he come? I don't think he was there. We saw Gerald at her birthday party give her that Bentley, and that is it, and that is all. We saw him on the phone for doctor's appointments. I think we saw him at the doctor when the baby had surgery, and they went to the hospital. But baby, he was on the phone with the surrogate. He was like, we never saw Gerald. What? You act like it was a shock that we didn't see Gerald. Nobody was surprised that Gerald wasn't there. That's why nobody asked. Girl, nobody asked where Gerald was. I was like, what are we doing here? And Drew, you look stupid. It fell flat. Oh, he's traveling? Yeah, he's traveling. Yes, that's where he is. Oh. And they are literally over there going back and forth. And I was like, Drew, you started that. Because Shamia wasn't bothering you. We saw him when he froze the... That's why I don't be doing this with y'all. I don't even be doing this with y'all. That's why. That's why I don't be doing this with y'all. Tawana, go to the corner. Right. She should have asked, was Ralph still in the basement? Absolutely. Absolutely. So I'm sorry. So then the ladies separate, they go outside. And this is where the ladies sort of address the issues that they had with each other last year, I guess, to see where everybody still is. So of course we had to have, and again, this might have happened at dinner, child. I don't remember. But then of course we had to have the Phaedra, Drew, Angela conversation where they basically let it be known that Drew sort of doubled back to Phaedra and was like, girl, I really want to get to know you. I really want to be friends with you. I didn't think those receipts were receding. Like, I didn't think the receipts were receding. And Drew was like, Angela already know, like me and Angela had already had this conversation. So you're not saying anything that I didn't already say. So what's your point? And Angela, well, let me come back to that. Cause hold on. Remind me to come back to that. And then Kelly was asking about Porsha and Shamia. And again, I like how Porsha said it. Porsha was like, that's for me and Shamia to discuss. I'm not going to do it here. That's for me and Shamia to, like, I'm not going to do that here. Kelly was like, okay, well, I mean, I was just wondering. No, you weren't. Because you really, low-key, you don't want Porsha and Shamia to be cool. Because if Porsha and Shamia were to ever make up, like really, really, really make up, Kelly, you would be out in the cold. You are a replacement. You are not the friend to Shamia. That you are a replacement for Porsha. Let's call a thing a thing. And I get it that they hung out, been on vacation together, watch each other's kids. I get it that they've done all of those things. But let's be very clear. Let's be very clear. Girl, you are a replacement. And so you really don't want them to make up. You really don't want them to be cute. I mean, be cool again. And then Kelly told us that Pinky is not a girl's girl because she said, I reached out to her and she left me on red. This is what I'm going to say. And again, I'm not crazy about Pinky. I'm not really impressed with what we've seen so far from Miss Pinky. But what I will say is, maybe she just don't have time. I mean, maybe she just don't. Like, maybe she don't be checking her DMs like that. Like, you can't get her phone number from somebody. And I get it that you reached out to her because you're a restaurant owner. She's a restaurant owner. Maybe you thought that, y'all could connect, collab, whatever. I don't know. But I mean, she don't know you, girl. I mean, you slid into her DMs. Do you know how many people probably slide into Pinky Cole's DMs? She don't know you, girl. I wouldn't say that she's not a girl's girl because she didn't respond to your DM. I don't know. I wouldn't say that. But anyway, I guess we'll see as the season goes on. Kelly's man face is so cringy. Child, who is he? I just want to know who all the different people he dated. Because, baby, they said that Trey get around. So, before I get to Miss Phaedra, what else did they touch on? Drew. I don't know. All right. I feel like K. Michelle got up and walked away. K. Michelle said, that ain't what I came here for. I thought I was coming to an elegant, bougie, upscale event. I didn't think I was back on Love and Hip Hop. I didn't think I was back. Yep, that's where I'm about to go, Kim. I wanted to do that last. But yep, that's where I'm about to go. And I feel like that's what she was saying without saying it. Like, I didn't think I was back on Love and Hip Hop. I didn't think that's where I was. I didn't think I was back on Love and Hip Hop. I thought this was gonna be a classy event. She said, I don't even like cigars, but I'd rather be outside with the guys and them stinky cigars than to be in here. And baby, she got up and walked out. And it was so funny because Angela went back to get her baby. And baby, Angela, that body is body oddy. And I'm sorry. Y'all know I you know, I can give credit where credit is due. That don't mean I want to sleep with her. But baby, that body is body oddy. And did y'all see that dress in the back? Did y'all see that low cut dress, baby? Angela? Yes, honey. Yes. But Angela said, girl, you got to go back in here. In other words, you got to finish filming this scene. You can't come out here with the guys yet. K. Michelle said, I'm good. Ah! K. Michelle said, I am good. She said, I'm good. She said, I'm good. So let me talk about line ass Phaedra. So first of all, Phaedra, you should never. The first thing you did was when they were talking about the incident from last year, and you made a comment along the lines of them just believing some random person that told them something and bringing it back to the group like it was true. Ma'am, pot meat kettle. Because we're never going to forget. Well, I'm never going to forget about what you did to Kandi. I'm never going to forget about somebody told me that Kandi ... So you being mad that it happened to you, listen, fair exchange ain't never been no robbery. You literally did the same thing to Kandi that they did to you last year. Whether it was true or not, whether that young man lied and made the whole thing up, or whether it was a setup, I still don't know, and I don't even care anymore if I'm being honest about the matter. But you do not get to be offended that somebody did to you what you did to somebody else. At least in this situation, that boy might have been lying, but at least in this situation, we got a name to put with the story, and we have footage of this young man doing the things that they said he did. Now he's saying that you set him up to it. Now he changed his story, but it don't matter. He originally said that you put him up to it. So what we can't do, we don't know. You said somebody told you, and of course, for a long time, the rumor was that it was Carlos King. Now, I think Kandi cleared Carlos and said, I don't fuck with him, but he wasn't the one that started that rumor. So I'm going to go with Kandi since she was the one that the rumor was about. If Kandi said it wasn't Carlos, and she don't even fuck with Carlos, then I'm going to go along with what Kandi said it wasn't Carlos. But girl, we still don't know who allegedly told you that Kandi was out here taking women down to drugging women and taking them to the dungeon. We still don't know who said that. We still don't know who said that. At least in this situation, we got a name with a face, and we saw the story. Again, whether the story was a lie or not, we saw this young man. We saw him on camera make the comment. We saw him meet with Angela. And then we had a whole I did videos on it. We had a whole YouTube where he done went on YouTube and told his story over on TikTok, part 1, part 2, part 3. Now, if it's a lie or not, somebody else is telling it, but at least we see these people. Phaedra, we still ain't met this man that told you about Kandi. Then you gonna tell Angela that you know for a fact that she lying about your friend approaching her at the Hawks game because you have reviewed the footage. Now on this one, I'm with Kelly. Girl, you reviewed the footage and they got audio? Because let's be clear, we know that there are cameras all over the stadium, and they could very well have, or whatever, they very well could have footage of the incident. But girl, you heard what was said, baby. When production asked Phaedra, so you actually reviewed the tape, baby. Phaedra had to say, well, no, I mean, I told them to review the tape. Girl, that's not what you said. You told them that you reviewed the tape and you know it's a lie. And Angela was like, well, I would love to see the tape. Like, show me the tape. You got it? I want to see it. Cause I know your friend came up to me and said what she said. Your friend came up to me and threatened me. And you got the tape? I want to see the tape. Sure, I want to see the tape. Baby, Phaedra said, well, no, I mean, I don't actually have the tape, but girl, that's what you said. Girl, that's what you said. Thank you, Xavier. Xavier done found the video. That's the video from last year from the guy that went on TikTok. We reviewed those TikToks. We broke everything down, and I gave y'all my theory. Now, again, to be clear, by the end of the reunion, child, at this point, you just got to pick a side at this point. You just got to pick a side and decide who you believe, because honestly, child, don't nobody know. Phaedra don't even know. Angela don't even know. Okay? Because at this point, anytime somebody switches their story, that's when you have to kind of be like, wow. Because that young man changed his story. Even in his own TikTok video, he told a different story. She could be lying for Phaedra. Who could be lying for Phaedra? That's what I think, Xavier. I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought that. I think that's what I said. I believe that's what I said back then. I believe that's what I said. But if I didn't say it then, I'm saying it right now. Honestly, I believe that guy. I believe that guy was lying to everybody. I believe that guy came up with that lie, and he did. I believe he did it. I don't believe Phaedra put him up to it, but I don't believe that Angela put him up to it either. I think he did it. He was trying to get on the show. He was trying to make a moment, make a scene. And I think he blamed it on Phaedra. And then when it got too hot, when the heat got too hot, and Phaedra probably called him and threatened him, say, I'm an attorney, I will sue you. Then I think he flipped it and was like, oh no, it wasn't Phaedra. Angela wanted me to lie. And by that time, the season was damn near over. And the whole story had been blown up. And now at this point, it's just going to come down to who you choose to believe. Either you believe Phaedra, you believe Angela, or you believe that he was messy from the beginning. Right, Britt did it. Right. You know what I'm saying? You know? So it just really comes down, at this point, it comes down to who you choose to believe. I'm no longer gonna argue about it, because it just comes down to who you believe. And at this point, that was last season, and I'm not entertaining the last season, child. They did bring up that bullshit apology that Shamia gave, which, listen, it was some bullshit. Y'all know how I feel about apologies that start with if. If I offended you, if y'all know how I feel about them type of apologies. It's no if, it's I'm sorry that I offended you. Because you being offended don't have nothing to do with my intentions. My intention to offend you, yes, I didn't intend to offend you, but you are telling me you were offended. So it's not a if. I told you you offended me. It's not a if I offended you. I told you you did. I told you you did. So no, it's not a if. It's a I'm sorry that. I'm sorry that I offended you. So I said at the beginning, I would tell y'all, oh, we got 200 people in the room. Hit that like button, please, and thank you. And make sure, if you are in the DC area, the DMV area, join us for our event on January. Lord, I keep saying January. On July the 18th, if you are available, if you are in the DC, Maryland, Virginia area, join us for our event. on July the 18th. Tickets are currently on sale. Put a one in the chat if you don't know what I'm talking about or you need the ticket information. Some of y'all have it already or y'all already know about it, but it might be some new people that don't know. So put a one in the chat if you don't know, and I'll tell y'all. Overall, I do think it was a really good premiere. I think it was a good first episode. I like the fact that we met both of the newbies in a group setting. I don't like when they slow walk the newbies. Like, give the newbies a full season. Give them an opportunity to really be there from the beginning. I like how they just threw them in the first scene. Okay, I'm about to put it up in a minute. I like how they just put them in the first scene. I mean, the first episode. And we got a really fair chance to get to know them. I really, really, really like that. I like that we addressed last season. Hopefully we can move on and we can get on to some new storylines. So I liked how we kind of was like, all right, this is where we left off at the reunion last year, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And I like that we're not having any fake, like I think Porsha was cordial to Shamia, but I don't think it was any fakeness between them. Like, they not pretending like they cool, right? So I thought it was a strong first episode. I mean, it was definitely some stuff in there, like the fake friend, like the renter dates and stuff like that. But I mean, it is what it is, child. The Real Housewives of Atlanta has always been questionable about these women and their dates and who they know and who they don't know and who they really dated, child. It has always been questionable. If we being honest, it has always been questionable. All right, for those who so we are having an event here in the DC area. You can always travel and drive down. It is on July the 18th. It is called Dreaming Out Loud. It is an afternoon of vision and purpose with my friend and award-winning best-selling author and therapist Dee Cummings. Myself and Shane the City are hosting this event together. It is going to be in Bowie, Maryland. The tickets are already on sale. The event includes a session with the author where she talks about how to help move obstacles out of your way, how to achieve your goals, how to achieve your dreams. Like I said, she's a therapist. This is what she does for a living. It also includes an autographed copy of her book, How to Dream. This book right here. Let me put it here. This book right here, How to Dream. You get an autographed copy of the book. And we will go through some of her exercises that she actually uses as part of the workbook that is a part of this book. Tickets are currently on sale. The early bird tickets are still on sale until April the 15th. The tickets, the early bird prices are $80. The regular price after April the 15th for general admission is going to be $90. And the VIP tickets are $110. And the VIP includes you will be at the actual table with the author where you will be eating, where you can eat and go through the activities and go through the session at the table. And then general seating, like I said, those tickets are $90, but early bird, $80 until April the 15th. So the link for the tickets, hold on, I'll drop that in the chat so you guys can have that. Porsha Shamia act like that was her first time, and she did act like that was her first time at Porsha's house. She did. She sure did. Can y'all see K Michelle on Married to Medicine? It's interesting. I wonder where'd I put my phone? Y'all, where'd I put my phone? I just had my phone. Oh, here it is. I'm about to say I just had my phone. I'm going to put the link to the tickets in the chat. I don't know if I see K Michelle on Married to Medicine. I'm not sure. I'm being honest. I don't know if I see K Michelle on Married to Medicine. Now, I definitely can see K Michelle giving Dr. Heavenly a run for her money, though. Now, I tell you that. I could see her giving her a run for her money, but I don't know about that. I don't know. But doesn't her husband, he practices in Nashville, right? He doesn't practice, oh shoot, I just had it. He doesn't practice here in Atlanta. I'll say here in Atlanta like I live in Atlanta. He doesn't practice in Atlanta. There you guys go. Those are the tickets. That's the link for the tickets if you want to buy a ticket. Those are the link. Angela got, y'all still talking about that. That sounds cool. Let me see what my son's incoming freshman schedule looks like. I might be able to join the festival. He's going to Bowie. Oh, shucks. Yes, Bowie State. Okay. Well, first of all, congratulations to your son. And I hope that lines up for you. Because I would love to see you. I would love to meet you. Not well, hell, Eugene doesn't either. Cheryl, to the corner. You and Tawanda, go to the corner. Both y'all was cutting up in here today. Go to the corner. Cheryl. All right, y'all. Well, the Real Housewives of Rhode Island is on right now. Actually, it came right on at 9 o'clock. So I'm going to watch the Real Housewives of Rhode Island tonight. Y'all know tomorrow's my last day on vacation. I got to go back to work. Oh. But with that being said, all good things must come to an end, I guess. I will try to do Rhode Island at some point tomorrow. Don't forget the Whether You Like It or Not panel is back live and in living color tomorrow evening at 8:30-ish. It's going to be on Scotty's channel. As you guys know, we always start a new season off at Scotty's house. So we'll be at Scotty's channel tomorrow at 8:30-ish. At some point tomorrow, I'm going to do Rhode Island. I'm going to take myself to breakfast in the morning, my last morning of vacation. I think I'm going to take myself to breakfast in the morning. I need to get these damn raggedy ass nails done. I had all last week to get my nails done, and I didn't. When I tell y'all, I really enjoyed. I worked hard last week with the travel and stuff like that, but I didn't do a lot of running around working hard. Like, I worked hard from the house. You know what I mean? Like, I did a lot of work here, but I really didn't do a lot of running around last week, which was what I needed. I really needed to sleep. I really needed to rest. So I really needed that. So I'm gonna go back to work on Tuesday. I have 3 weeks before my cruise. Is it that? Yeah. Because my cruise is May the 6th, something like that. So this time next month, I'll be getting ready to go on my cruise. And then I get back from my cruise and I literally have a month of school left. So I can make it. I got 2 months of school left. I got a cruise in the middle of that. I can make it. I can see the light at the end of this tunnel, y'all. I can see the light at the end of this tunnel. All right. With that being said, y'all, let me get out of here. Mwah! Right. It flies by when you off work. I will talk to y'all tomorrow. I hope to see some of y'all in July. Don't forget, we are still going on our cruise. Rhode Island is good. I'm about to watch it now. Don't forget, we are still going on our cruise in February, and we are going to Alaska in August. So again, if y'all want information on either one of those cruises, let me know. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace. Oh, he has a dentist office in Memphis. I said Nashville. Okay, I meant Memphis. I'm sorry, Memphis. It ain't go by fast for me. All right, I'll see y'all later. Night.